I'm not. There we go. I'm on now.
Give us a little a song rendition vocal intro.
It's last minute laugh. That's all I got.
Oh.
I'm so low energy now, man. I don't even felt good today, man.
Man, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm figuring it out. Really loud in the deal before we start. With hey.
That's how you motorboat the cough.
That's how you motorboat life, motherfucker. That's how you motorboat life.
Do it again. I need an example. That was a weak motorboat.
It was.
You really
I'm not
got
getting motorboater because the whole thing is my head's all jacked up. So when I shake my head really hard, I'm going to be dizzy for 10 minutes.
Oh,
now. So.
you gotta go.
There it is.
That's a motorboat of life. Yours was like a tugboat.
Yeah.
We're tugging along.
It's tough. So what's also tough that we're filming at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's tough.
That's 2 days in a row.
You realize how resilient those little shits are whenever.
Oh yeah.
Even like you'll see them take a spill, man. You'll see them fall, and you're like, if I fell like that, it's 3 days off work.
It scares the ever living hell out of me though when she falls.
But they just bam, and they get up like, hey, what's up? Like, what the hell? Like,
yeah, but they'll cry, but it's more of because it scared them than it hurt them.
The shit out of them.
Yeah. And like 2 seconds later, she's good. She's running and going and playing. Okay, cool. Let's go.
You're like that. For me, that's 3 days off work. Like it's a catastrophic fall, and like no.
It's more like for her. It's more of it scares me.
Yeah.
That she's actually going to be seriously injured,
yeah.
And then like, oh, thank God she's good. But like 10 seconds later, she does it again. I'm like, oh, I'm having a heart attack, kid. God, I get that from my father too. Like it's just like we're like worry warts in a way.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing by any means, but. Get a heart attack real quick. Bro, actually.
Yeah.
2 days in a row.
Why has this become the new norm?
My rotational schedule.
Yeah.
You're a champ, though.
Nah.
No, you are, because most people would be asleep right now, especially you work a day shift.
Sure.
And then you're like, well, hey, I'm on your time, bud. And I was like, well, my time's a little late.
That's all right.
And we had some people cancel on us, so things got a little jumbled up. Got a little behind.
We're going to figure it out. It's this is what every episode is.
Every single time.
Every single time.
Every single time.
It doesn't change.
It's crazy because the whole time we're waiting on this person to show up, we noticed some new things that, we can figure out and how to promote ourselves a little bit better and get ourselves out there. So really it worked out.
Yeah.
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
But hey, it is what it is,
They say nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
Well, they're probably right on most of that. I'm going to have a long day tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be rough. Well, today's going to be rough.
So we're renovating the house.
Renovating the house. Baby was sick. Wifey was sick. And then it's just work. I've been...
Rona?
No.
No?
No Ronas.
Just sick.
I think Rona's gone.
Yeah. World War III ended it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. As soon as World War III pops up, it's COVID isn't even a thing.
Yeah, COVID's not even a thing
Not
anymore.
like it was a thing before anyway.
No.
Media expunged it. But,
sure.
Monday, we're putting it on the market. Getting the
pictures. You're renovating to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so when we bought the house, I don't know if we've talked about this before, it needed some work. It was built in the 50s, I think, but it didn't look like it had ever been updated.
Right.
And we've put quite a bit of money in to fix it up, and we figured we'd live there between 5 and 10 years.
Yeah.
Then this opportunity pops up out of nowhere. My parents are like, we're going to sell our house. We'll give you a great deal so you can move to where you want to be.
Right.
And then we will build a house in the same area.
Right.
So now you'll have my brother, my parents, and me all in the same area.
So you're going cult style.
Of course.
You're going the Shaw's on the street.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not the street. It was like a little area.
All right.
Couple blocks in between everybody.
Sure.
But we're a tight-knit family, and that's how we all want it. So it worked out really well.
You know, man, I have friends that are like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them friends. We're acquaintances now. We were friends back in the day. We're acquaintances now. But there was a girl that I knew that her whole family lived on one street. Like, it was just, they were literally like, this house was grandma's, this house was dad's, this house was hers, this house was brother's. And I'm like, what is going on?
That's a little too close. I need some blocks in between.
I can tell you right now. I don't mean this rude towards my family. We need more than a couple of blocks.
I feel you.
I do anyway.
So so this is something I didn't know. I thought how close our family was normal. Apparently, it's not that normal.
No,
most families are not as close. Like even with our cousins, we're super close.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you know most. Well, I don't know most, but like a lot of my cousins work in the same place I work.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like
I mean, I saw 2 of my cousins like maybe 6 or 8 months ago, but that was the first time I'd seen one of them in probably 8 or 9 years.
I see my cousins almost every day.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I got cousins south of here. I guarantee you I haven't seen them in years.
Well, to that point,
years and years.
The person who showed up with our friend was actually my cousin who I forgot he existed.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an extended cousin. He's not super close or anything, but he shows up like, I introduced myself because I don't even remember him. He's like, we're family, right? I was like, oh, shit, you're right. We're family.
It's weird, man. It's not because our family is like dysfunctional or anything like that. It's just that's not us, man.
That makes sense.
Like everybody is spread out, and like nobody, like, it's weird. I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm saying it's just because geographically, it's a very cliquey group.
Yeah,
because this little group lives here, this little group lives here, and this little group lives here. So like these people hang out with these people hang out with these people hang out with these people, but nobody hangs out together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's not a bad thing. It's just, like I said, it's geography. It has nothing to do with like, oh, well, I don't like them and I like them, but I don't like. It's not that. It's just geography. Kind of, we're spread out literally all over Texas, so it's not sense. It's not like you can hop, skip, and a jump over there.
Definitely not. And so a friend, I consider him a pretty good friend. He worked with us, and he got a job opportunity at the same company up in Kansas.
Yeah.
And he was asking me if he should take it, and I was like, well, what does your family think about it? Yeah. And they were like, they're 100% for it. They're like, go for it. I was like, dude, if that's what you want to do and your family's okay with it, 100% go for it. If it were me, I told him, I was like, my family's all here. Doesn't matter. I don't think I could do it regardless, just because, well, first off, my mom would kill me because she wouldn't get to see my daughter, and she'd probably like slice my tires when the day I was trying to leave.
She's still a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
kidnap the kid.
Yeah, and that's both sides of our family. My wife's mom and my mom, and we can't go without seeing them, basically.
Right.
And we go a week without seeing them when I'm like on a certain rotation, and my mom will call me like, I really miss you. How's my granddaughter? Yeah. She's like, I need to see her. I was like, you can pick her up from daycare if you want, but there's no way I can get out of this state, and I really don't want to. That's the thing. Like, we're such a tight knit family. Like I said, it's not worth it for me.
It was tough on the grandparents because Kiddo was actually born in College Station.
Yeah.
And it was even that being that far away, it was pretty tough on the grandparents. So that's a lot of the reason we came back here was just more grandparent things. And aside from that, my mother-in-law, or ex-mother-in-law, she offered us the deal we couldn't refuse.
Yeah, I heard about that deal, and I was like, I wouldn't refuse that either.
Yeah, so we came back to Waco. But it's even being an hour and a half away, it was tough because we had to make a lot of drives that
childcare is not cheap.
Want to make,
Yeah, childcare is not cheap, so your deal was the way to go.
But like I said, it's more just geography with our family, and even like my brother, man. My brother lives, 3.5 hours from here.
Yeah,
So it's not like it. And I say that I don't know. Like I said again, our family is just not really close knit because I'm saying this, and my grandma lives like right across town. I mean, literally, I could drive there in 15 minutes. Yeah. Probably haven't seen her since last year. And I'm talking about like January.
God dang.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just not a close knit group. Never really have been. Like, we're a hey, what's up, and that's about it.
A lot of time for us is life gets in the way of just kind of going and enjoying your family, and there's nothing you can do about it. You got to pay your bills, right?
That's a lot of the things with me and my brother. It has nothing. A lot of the times, even me and my brother, it's not geography. It's just like, he doesn't have 3.5 hours to kill coming down here. Neither do I. So,
and on top of that, it's not just the 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
You got to spend the time.
Right.
And then do it again to go back.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a lot of time to put away.
And I'll give him credit. My brother probably makes more of an effort than I do to get here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, when we see each other, it's usually because he is the one that's like, I'll come do it. You know what I'm like? Oh, okay. Like, I really do try, but I've been down there a few times, but It's usually him that's making the effort.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. Like, it's always, and I apologize for being this way to my family, but it's not that I don't want to. It's just I'm always tired now, and on my days off, I just don't want to do anything. I just want to spend it with my daughter, and we'll go over to my parents and see them and stuff. But they're always, especially my brother. He's the one that he definitely puts in the more effort trying to see me than I do him. But life gets in the way, man, and that's the hard part. Is life is short, but you don't always want to just go. Yeah. I know some people do. No, I'm not one of those people.
I'm not at all, man.
Now, when I'm going. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm going to have a long-ass day tomorrow, and I got to be up in 4 hours, and we're still recording. Yeah. But
you got to go. Like I said, my brother, him living so far away really, like... But I say that, and again, we lived 2 miles apart at one point, and we saw each other the same amount of time.
Yeah,
it's just we just don't hang out, man. It's not.
Yeah, it happens.
But it's funny because our family, like my parents, are homebodies. Like, you're never gonna catch them outside of their house. Like, if you catch them outside of their house, it's like catching Bigfoot in the wild.
Yeah.
I mean, they've gotten down to the point where they order their groceries now. My dad just swings in, picks them up, goes to the house. Like they don't even grocery shop anymore. Yeah. And so that, like I said, it's seeing them out in public is like seeing Bigfoot in the wild. It's just, and me and my brother have fallen into that same, like, outside of work, you're not going to see me off this couch. Like, I'm not off this couch. Not off this couch, but outside of this house, I don't leave these four walls, man. Like, I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. My brother, exact same way. Yeah. Like, they don't do that outside of his kids play sports. You're going to see him at sporting events, and that's it. That's all my brother's doing. Other than that, he's at the house. And that's how my parents are, and it's just trickled down into how we are. So it's like getting us to all go somewhere is like, it's like, whose house are we meeting at? And the other two are like, it's got to be your house. Like,
it's 3.5 hours away. Come on now.
Why don't we come to my place?
Yeah. That's kind of how I've kind of become that way too. Like, I would rather people come to my house than me go to theirs. But it doesn't always work that way. And especially now with the my kiddo. I'm going to call my kiddo now as well, by the way.
Yeah. It's the easiest.
Yeah, until she gets older, her bedtime's 7, so.
Yeah. Dude, having the 2-year-old shit, that's totally different.
Yeah. It throws things for, what the hell? Throws things for a loop because, she gets home at 5:30 from daycare. Yeah. And you get an hour and a half with her. Well, in that hour and a half, it's all about her.
Yep.
Now, 7 o'clock, she's going to sleep. But you can't make too much noise after 7 o'clock because then she's going to wake up, and then that makes it hard to have people over. So, you got to pick and choose.
It was always funny. And even kiddo now, my ex-mother-in-law used to be, I don't know why she was so conscious about it, but she was like, if the kiddo went to sleep, she was like, hey, the kiddo's asleep. And she never, I still think to this day, she doesn't get, I'm like, you understand that child could sleep through a goddamn car alarm, don't you? Like, and I'm not talking about one outside. Yeah. I'm talking about you could throw one in the middle of her room and she's not going to wake up. Like, that kiddo has never been, even now to this day, she's 14 years old, dude. You walk in that room, you could march a band through the middle of her room and she would just, like, God bless, man. You don't wake up for nothing?
My dog. I don't even know what you're saying right now.
I've been up a long time. A long tizzy-tizam.
3 hours of sleep, 48 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was up, and then I had like an hour and a half nap, and then I went into work. And when I got off of work, later than I wanted to, I took another hour and a half nap, and here I am at the end of day 2. With very little sleep. I guess more like 36 hours. It's just like 3 hours of sleep.
So you're sleep deprived.
A little bit.
Kenneth's a little bit under the weather.
Yeah, not feeling great. That's all right, though. We'll figure it out.
Big Daddy over here bought a new truck today.
That's what
I'm buddy.
You think kiddo was she 7 or 8? Something like that. She was somewhere right around there, 7 or 8. She was at the park with her grandma, and thank God it was with her grandma because, man, if it was with me or her mom, everybody would have roasted us. But, like, dude, she was running around the park and she ran up and jumped on these little things or whatever and, like, just took the biggest spill you've ever seen in her life and bounced her face off of like one of those metal, like, it is. And from what I hear, the sound was pretty grotesque, you know. And I was like, so she fell, started crying. My ex-mother-in-law runs over there, and by the time she gets her up off the ground, her eye is like out to here.
Oh.
Like, it was one of those things. It was like, holy shit. So they took her. They had to do all the like little CAT scans and like, you know, see if her orbital bones were broken. They said that her orbital bone wasn't broken, but she still to this day, her face is dented in. Like you can see where it dented it in. And when she turns in a certain angle, you know, you can still see like the green like under her, you know, like it's like she has a permanent black eye, you know. But it was crazy because like her eye swelled up like a damn UFC fighter, dude. I mean, it just swelled up.
It's like the whole Michael Bisping eye.
Coincidentally, when this happened, my dad, that was the same week my dad had his motorcycle wreck.
Oh man.
So when he went off the motorcycle, he smashed in the side of his face. And so, I mean, we're talking about just, you know, scratches. And then he had the gigantic swollen, like his whole face swollen, big black eye. So they had it on the same side.
Did you get a picture of that?
Oh, 100%. We've got them like doing the the face off. Like, both of them, gigantic black eyes. But yeah, like I said, they said it didn't break her orbital bone, but I was like, dude, there's no way it didn't break it because first off, it doesn't swell up that fast. If you don't break your orbital bone, it doesn't swell up that fast. And secondly, her face is still dented in. Like it's still
to this day.
There's still a dent that you can visibly see when she turns and hits the sunlight. You can see her face dented in. Like it's
where Dana would be like, Dana White's she's okay. She's a fighter.
Yeah, it was insane, man. She had the biggest. I told her, I go, kiddo, you beat me hands down. I've had black eyes, never had one like that. I mean, this thing was swollen all the way shut. It was gigantic, man.
I've never had a black eye. I think I've never really had any injuries per se.